Alright, welcome back to the rest of the story. We are putting crops in the ground, which is great because it's a lot earlier than last year by a pretty large margin. And you guys just missed it. I don't know if Ryan caught it, but we did have 3 tractors running on the same farm. We're at our furthest away farm, our furthest satellite farm. And a satellite farm to us, to this operation, is literally just a farm that is a pretty good distance away from the home farm. We're about 14 miles from home. Once we get this farm done, we will, well, everything else is pretty well within 10 miles of home. We'll be started once again with soybeans this year. This is the second time we've ever done that. Last year we did. Not necessarily because we really wanted to, but basically because we were forced to. Weather was a pain in the butt. And, well, the weather's actually helped out a little bit better this year. The ground conditions are warming up. They are improving. The ground was cold before for quite a while. And I guess it's really spiked up here in the last couple days. It's getting warmer out. I'm overdressed, but I also have air conditioning. Yeah, soybeans. I don't like them. I don't enjoy raising them. But they're a necessary evil because we can't raise just continuous corn. We could, but we can't. On everything we own, yeah. But we also have ground that is rented that it's specifically in our contracts that no, we don't want you raising continuous corn. We'd prefer if it's in rotation, which is fine with me because markets fluctuate. I don't know what the current markets are doing. Probably kind of careless of me, but for the most part, the lion's share of the crops that we have to sell yet are sold. And new crop is all that I really have to focus on. And we really don't have a whole lot of a weather rally or much of a weather scare to help with prices right now. If anything, it'd be more of more influence from exports and trade. But yes, I'm in the planter. Dad, he just left with the 82 and the disc, the Earthmaster, the VT. Everybody calls it something else. We always call it the VT or the Earthmaster. It does a really nice job of seedbed prep, as if you guys can tell. The tractor is not nice and shiny and cleaned up because, as always, I've said this before, but planting was a last-minute panic kind of thing. Because we're done chiseling, I have to do all of our waterways yet. All that seeding that we did with that drill, it's not in the monitor, so the corn planter won't recognize those as waterways. It's not the end of the world. Largely because I can manually control it. And I do believe that after everything's planted, they can go on the computer. Say that right. We can go on the computer and put in the waterways where I'm shutting the planter off, which is important because we didn't go to all the trouble of working in the waterways, seeding them down, and have them get planted through and sprayed off, and nobody wants that. So as far as planting goes, the reason that we went with beans this year is because I thought the ground was just a little too cold yet when we wanted to get started. And it is, what is it? Is it the 22nd? 24th? I don't care. It's not so much a date, it's when conditions allow it, and we're putting beans in about 10 times better working conditions than we put in basically all of our crops last year. So we're happy there. I thought Hannah was running the 76 in the harrow because Ryan's chasing me and Ryan is running the 76. I thought she'd want to. Dad's working ground ahead of me. I'm planting and Ryan's coming through and hitting everything with that harrow, smoothing everything out, smoothing out any dirt clumps, because I did hit some of these grass buffers. That's the problem with grass buffers. This farm is probably a little bit more challenging, more time consuming, not challenging, because I mean, you just gotta put your time into it and you're fine. But the grass buffers were creeping out into the fields, and I went and outlined every single strip on this farm with the chisel plow the other day, and I pushed the grass buffers back, which definitely helped, but it also brought up clumps of dirt. And as always, I like to see my soybeans hit with the harrow, smooths the ground out, and does make it a little bit nicer for combining this fall. You don't have any ridges, or it helps even the ground out. Should we be using a field roller? If we had one. Everybody likes spending our money for us. Money's got to go 1,000 places, but just one. But like the chisel plow is a pretty hot topic. Not much I can really do about it right now. It's done for the summer, for the year, until this fall, and we got to figure out if we're gonna. Well, it's not an if, it's a will. We're gonna go through and work on it. It's got 2 new tires on it. The shovels are all shot. That would be about 90% of the problems wrong with that thing. And the problem I have with it is that back shaft that twists. You guys saw me bend in that other video. Those are grade 8 bolts all around that thing that hold those caps on, and also what bolts those. Alright, well, what I was saying before the video cut off was I ended up having those grade 8 bolts that hold that shaft to the frame. I was either breaking them or they were literally backing out on their own. I don't know, from vibration or what. So I didn't realize that was a persistent issue because I had already gone through and tightened all those up previously before. So evidently it's a lingering issue. And to close off this video, this was like one of the last few days that I chiseled. I was watching a pretty big storm actually go just north of me, and I think I caught a couple bolts of lightning through here. So that's all I got for tonight, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Take care. Take it easy. Keep in touch. I'll talk to you guys later.